Damn, baby.
All right, and welcome to the Nightly Grind. Tonight is January 15th, I think. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's a day in January.
And as always, we are the Nightly Grind. I am T-Bone. Tonight we have Benthans,
Hi.
Torn Soul, Ninja Sneakers, Shadow / Fadekin, and JT. Outlaw, sorry. So tonight, if I can get right past this, we will be discussing
A lot of stuff.
a lot of stuff. First thing on the docket is Origin Access. We talked about this in the forums already, so we'll have a lot to talk about on this, I thought. Which is a new system, which they already have on, I think it's Xbox 360, where it's called EA Access, and it's $5 a month, $4.99, and you get access to a limited number of games to download and play. On the list, and I have the list available, is Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4 Digital Deluxe, Battlefield Hardline, Dead Space 2, Dead Space 3, Dragon Age 2, Dragon Age Inquisition, Dragon Age Origins, FIFA 15, Need for Speed Rivals, Plants vs. Zombies, SimCity, Sims 3 Starter Pack, and This War of Mine. I don't know what everybody's thoughts were on the whole idea behind this.
So it's you pay that much a month and you can play any of those games?
You can play any of those games. You can download and play them unlimited. Plus, there's a couple other things you get, and this is a good deal actually. 10% off any game you buy through the Origin store. Plus, you can get into some early access stuff and play for a limited time. They're trying to sell you the game, obviously. There's a couple other things in there, but the big thing is playing those games. And I think Titanfall is on the Xbox version, so I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Titanfall fairly soon on the PC version.
I heard
More
it
than
was
likely,
painful.
it's going to there as well. Yeah, I think they're going to pretty much put anything out there that's actually got some age on it, but still new. You know,
Or isn't selling well anymore, and they
Yeah.
want to sell it to people, because Battlefield Hardline is doing terribly from what I
it's been a
understand.
flop. Yeah, it's been a complete flop.
I mean, we played the
I
beta
heard
and I'm like,
nothing
this is
good about it.
terrible. I didn't like anything about it.
There was nothing good about it when we were beta testing.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, the second version of it wasn't bad, but it still felt just like a Battlefield 4 mod with cops and robbers.
Yeah.
I mean,
Battlefield 4 has more people playing it than Battlefield Hardline right now, I think.
well, Battlefield 4 is still probably one of the best first-person shooters on the market right now. So,
It's up there.
Up there.
So yeah, it's pretty neat idea. I don't know if I'll buy it if I do it for very long, but I think they have to expand their
Did they
games on a
confirm-
little bit.
Is it going to be like PlayStation Plus? I don't know. Like there was still a lot of questioning on it. Like if you download the game onto your PC, you own it, kind of thing. It's been registered onto
as
your.
long as you continue paying for the actual
Right.
monthly service.
That's what I mean.
I don't know if that is confirmed. I would be surprised if they did it that way. I don't know. It would seem to be logical if they would do it. As long as you're paying for it, you should still consider to have the game. But at the same exact token, that kind of defeats the purpose of them giving you a discount on anything in the store. But like we were talking about in the forums, it's to me, it's one of those things where I don't think it's that big. I think it's a decent idea for EA. I mean, it definitely separates them a tad bit from Steam when it comes down to online services. But honestly, you can't beat it for $5 a month. I mean, if you don't have the first-person shooters, which I'm assuming will be the ones that either rotate probably the most, probably Battlefield 4 one month, Titanfall the next month, and just keep flipping around like that because they're going to want to try to get people into playing the game and then hopefully force them to buy the game in order to continue to keep playing it.
Wait, we have to buy it.
No, well, if it comes off the monthly free thing, yes. Then if you don't have it, then you'd have to buy it to continue playing it.
Yeah.
But for the single player games like Dragonfall, Dragon's Age Inquisition and stuff like that, if you can't do that in a month,
You're not playing very much.
Yeah, so I mean, for like those type of games, that's fantastic. I mean, you can basically spend $5 and have unlimited access to it, beat the game, and it's like renting a video game and not having to worry about it. Yeah, so I mean, I think that's a relatively decent deal. I mean, EA doesn't have like a plethora of good target or games in there, but they do have some quality titles here and there. Now, are they worth retail price? No, but are they worth like $5 a month? Maybe. And
Yeah.
See, I think it would be a lot. It would be worth it maybe if they did like a lot more games that you could play for the $5 a month or whatever it is. You know, it would be worth it for me, I guess, if you could say, "Oh, there's this game that I wanted to play for a really long time, but it's not worth $15 or $20 or $50." And there's just not much of a selection there for me. I guess is what I'm saying.
Well, the only thing that I really see is Battlefield 4 to be able to play with you guys. But my question is, does it have all the DLC?
Just one of them.
Just the Digital Deluxe comes with the China Rising and the first expansion pack. It does not have the other 3 that came out with it. Now, one would assume that you could also download the community packs as well that are free DLC, and they should work with the game.
Yeah.
So
I would assume as much. Yeah, the only thing on there I'd be even remotely interested in would be FIFA, and that's about it. I did see on the Xbox version, they have like all the 2015 year sports games on there. So Madden, the baseball, a couple others. I can't. NHL, yeah. So I'd like to see them all end up there and eventually.
I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, I really, really wouldn't doubt it. So again, it's the first month they're doing the PC. I'm sure they're going to have to mess around with it more. So
yeah, it just came out. It's brand new.
Well, we'll see.
Like I said, I got it. I think it's interesting. I mean, you could download the game, and it's not bad. But
Lauren, what are your thoughts? You shaking your head over
Don't
there.
ask. I don't like it. I think it's stupid. I think you're paying for something that you're rarely going to use. You're going to be games you buy throughout the year, the really good titles. You're still going to buy all those. So this is basically something on the side. This is just extra.
It's like a rental almost.
Yeah. Well, I don't.
You brought up the game.
I didn't do a rental before they had it.
Yeah.
know?
But have we ever had online rentals?
Yeah, GameFly, I think.
Can you do it online through them? Download games through online?
Download three at a time.
Something like that. I know.
I've never been interested in
Or
renting.
did you have to get a disc through the mail?
I thought it was through a
They
disc.
started doing PC renting, which you download it off of their site. I think you have to use their client or something like that. To play the game.
See, the difference is GameFly has games from all developers. This is EA. This is it.
Yeah.
One called Games as well. I think you could rent online.
I wonder if Steam has ever tossed around the idea of doing rentals. They've probably talked about it.
technically speaking, with the
I
return,
don't think Steam could keep. That's an awful lot of games. Too.
No, it's a heck of a lot of games. Yeah. But I wonder if they've probably kicked around the idea.
well, I think Steam would have an issue with the licensing. The reason EA has the advantage in that case,
They own the licensing, yeah.
exactly. They can do whatever they want to with their.
It's all in house.
Right.
Yeah, Steam could do it with their own shit, which pretty much is what they do anyway. I mean, shit, Fortress is free, and a lot of the other stuff's dirt cheap.
Goes on sale right away, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, they pretty much do it anyway. I mean, but they couldn't do it with any other titles that they didn't have actual ownership over. So, like I said, I think it's a decent idea. It would be interesting to see a lot of game companies try to do that. Especially considering they're pretty much releasing episodic pieces of shit right now. Going on that aspect, everybody hear about the Hitman shit that went down recently?
Nice segue.
Well, yeah, it's a good segue.
The episodic Hitman?
Yeah, they're doing with Hitman. They canceled all pre-orders for it because they're not releasing a full game now. They're going to release it in small little episodic pieces.
Oh, Square!
Sections.
So kudos Square Enix for completely shitting on the gamers.
Let me pop.
It's okay.
Let me.
They're making episodic for Final Fantasy VII, so maybe
Maybe they're gonna have the next step in where gaming is going.
Let me
Yeah,
pop through
so
some of the
it's
relevant
spiraling
information first. They're starting with prologue mission in Paris on March 11th. Then the next one in April, May. From there, Hitman will deliver regular monthly content updates, including 3 additional locations until the season concludes in Japan later in 2016. So it's 1 year as a season, with live weekly updates and additional planned content between each of the monthly updates.
Wow, that sounds awesome.
New
Here, let me
intro.
translate that. We're going to fuck you every other 3 weeks. And the only way you're going to finish the storyline is if you keep inserting the fucking coin.
Well, you can buy the whole thing for $60 for the year, so you get
every new section, every new episode breaks the game.
So what you can do?
Takes 3 weeks to get that fixed, and then
the new intro pack. Let me. I also have a couple sentences. The new intro pack contains prologue and Paris levels. Were released at the new price of $15, or local equivalent. Each subsequent location will be priced at $10 as an add-on to the intro pack. Alternatively, players can buy the full experience for upfront for $60. This includes all of the year's content, and it's released.
But not the DLC that will add an additional pack called the Season Pass, which will charge $29.99 for, or maybe $40.
No, this is essentially a year-long season pass. You get everything in the year, and then you're done.
Well, I'm sure
My question, and then they'll they're
released. They've had a shit ton of DLC,
and then they're gonna ship a disc version at the end of the year once the year is over for $60.
All right, so now I know who to blame: Capcom.
To me, that's not really all right. We're going to charge you every time this comes out, so you'll have to pay so much to finish it. But it sounds like, hey, we're not really ready with the game, and we're not meeting our expected release date. So we're going to do this by episodes, and you're not.
It kind of sounds like this is more of a test before Final Fantasy VII gets released.
It sounds to me like a company trying to screw over the consumers. Why would you spend $60 for an incomplete game? I mean, what the fuck is up with this shit? We used to spend $50
could be a lot of things, though.
My question
A lot of
is,
incomplete games.
It could be a lack of confidence by stockholders who are only willing to invest in so much for now, and then if it does good, then they'll pay for the next. And
yet again, when did the gaming industry? Why are we defending shitty practices?
I'm not.
We just made a comment about how we don't want to spend $5 on our basic rental service for EA. All right, which equals out to $60 a year, which is unlimited game time for a multitude of games. All right, but we're willing to spend $60 for playing in small increments of probably, I would assume, knowing Hitman, an hour or two of gameplay, maybe per episode.
We'll have to wait and see on that.
Like 6 hours total game time for $60 per year. You're paying $10 an hour, and you got to wait fucking 8 months to get the entire game. What kind of bullshit is that? There's no guarantee they'll ever release it. The whole thing.
If it's going to be how they're calling Final Fantasy VII episodic game, where each game is a full game, we might be thinking that Hitman will probably be in the same sense, where it's close to 8 hours per episode.
I don't think it's going to be 8 hours an episode.
If it's prologue and one mission, you're looking at maybe an hour and a half total.
It's not one mission; it's one location. They said. So it could be 4. It could be upwards of 4, but I wouldn't expect to go anywhere over 4. My big question is, what happens if it doesn't sell well and you've already bought the $60 version, and they don't have the money to do very much on the later ones, and they're an hour long each then? Because look, it's not selling. We're not going to waste a lot of time on this. We're going to do it, but we're not going to waste a lot of money on it.
So
it feels like they're not willing to invest everything to see the game out to a completed product.
The game has been designed and shown. They've been showing different state. The game is probably ready to go. It's just the
It's been
aspect
at E3 for 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, so why? This has nothing to do with anything other than break it down into small packages and see if we can get extra money for it.
I don't know if that's the. It's weird.
Like adventure games, like point and clicks or like Telltale games. It started way back for like Sam and Max. They started doing the episodes, coming out one by one, and I'm perfectly okay with it.
And those are only $30. Those aren't.
Yeah,
they were $5 at release, I believe.
Right, genres like that, I'm okay with it. But games like freaking Hitman or shooters or anything like that.
A AAA release.
Right, I don't think it's right. Whereas like you could take a standpoint and say, okay, maybe somebody can buy the first episode for $10, $15, whatever they're doing it for. And say if they don't like it, then they don't have to purchase the whole game. Okay, that's fine, but still, I don't know. I don't agree with it.
Like I said, to me, it seems like it's just fuck the gamer. You know what I mean? When did it become?
It's a business. You're putting the gamer up on the pedestal and making that the most important person here.
Maybe.
Okay, no, wrong. It's a business. You sell to your consumer base. If the consumer base says, fuck you, I don't want this, you're out of business.
Well,
I don't-
maybe that's why they're testing the waters to see if maybe
why we
people won't.
see it
Well,
the
see-
way it is.
But see, the thing is,
Like I said, it's testing the waters to see if this is actually.
Look, yeah, ask yourself,
it's
why
gonna-
is the gaming
it's-
industry going the way it is?
because the consumer base is completely fucking retarded.
So then they're selling to their
So
consumer
there haven't
base.
been- I'm not going to repeat that. I'm not going to repeat that word. I'm just because
No, this
it's
is
always been gamers, though. The gamers have always been there. It's not the gamers that have changed. It's the way that it's presented. There's
yes,
consoles
it's-
now, and there's DLC packages.
no.
It's all about how they run.
We've talked about this before about how, remember back fucking 10, 15 years ago when you got a game, how the idea about the game company was to put as much shit as they could in the game because they were trying to get you to buy it. Buy 989 fucking NFL because our studio put in shit fucking uniforms because they're special. You know what I mean? And it's like back in the day, companies used to do everything to add as much content as they physically could to the disc to get you to buy their game because that's why you wanted to get it, because it had so much extra shit in it. Now it's basically like, we're not going to give you shit. We're just going to give you the disc. We want you to fucking make that shit yourself. That'll be the next big thing.
My guess is they want to be able to sell somebody the idea of the game at $15 for the first one, and maybe they'll hook them into buying the rest of it then, rather than somebody being like, I don't know about Hitman, I'm not going to spend $60 on the game. But then you can sell them it for $15, and maybe they like it, and then they continue buying. That's my guess.
And then they get the whole game at $60 no matter what. Then
What's the fucking point? It's not a new title. It's Hitman.
But not everybody's played Hitman?
20 other fucking Hitman titles.
I mean,
it's not like they're releasing something new.
How many sales have they had in the past?
Maybe they won't like playing a bald guy running around stabbing people with a screwdriver. We get they've done it the past 4 games, but maybe this time's the one time they're going to go, maybe I don't want to pay Codename 47 and sweep random fucking people, take their clothing and wander around the city trying to find the person I'm supposed to kill. It doesn't make sense to me. It sounds like a fucking ripoff.
Shadow, drink something. You might be more friendly.
AMD. AMD.
It just doesn't make sense to me. I'm sorry. I can't blame the company.
An eye for an eye. That's what Dad always says.
I can't blame the company for doing what they're doing. I blame the consumers because there'll be people out there that are bitching, moaning, crying, and complaining just as bad as I am. And they'll be there day one with the $60 in their hand going, give me the game, give me the game. And then I don't know why the companies do this, but fuck, I'm going to keep throwing money at them and maybe they'll change their mind. Of course they're never going to change their mind because you're fucking buying their shit product.
So Hitman has 8 million titles sold as a franchise. There's definitely a lot more, and that's a lot of double dippers and triple dippers who are buying the game over each iteration of the game. So there's a lot of people out there who have not played Hitman.
Okay, it's not.
There's what is there like how many millions of gamers are there? There's a lot more than 8. Even if 8 million is each person's different than the last to buy a title.
It's a title that has been proven to sell. The Hitman Absolution, even though it had so much bullshit with it, because oh my god, there's nuns wearing leather and they're sexualized. Oh, the horror, kind of.
Yeah, but think about it. How many different Spider-Mans have we had? How many different Supermans have we had? They can reboot Hitman every 5 years if they feel like it.
Well, I'm not saying they can't. I'm just saying I have nothing against rebooting the title. I'm just saying the fact is that we're reaching a sad state of affairs when we're getting to the point where we were upset 2 years ago about the fact we weren't getting complete games and they were selling us bullshit and DLC. Now they're selling us basically 2 hours of gameplay at almost retail price and letting us go, hey, maybe if it sells well enough, we'll let you complete the story. I mean, what kind of crap is this?
I just
2 hours of gameplay at retail price? It's $15 for the first one. It's not retail price.
On a different note, I can completely understand that because how many episodes or how many missions have I played in Metal Gear Solid 5? 1. I paid $60 for that full game and I played 1 mission. I probably would have been happy paying 1 mission, so I would have paid like $15
to try it, and if you don't like it, you're out 15 rather than 60. I think that's their goal.
Wait a second, I'll counter that. I'll completely counter that. It used to be called a fucking demo.
Yeah,
That's true. It used to come with the game you bought.
You
There
know,
are a
I
lot of
mean,
demos on Steam.
let's not forget that Zone of Vendors, a game for PlayStation 2, which Benthans will probably know. The main reason everybody bought that fucking game was because of the 15-minute fucking demo for Metal Gear Solid 2 on the disc. That came
That's
with.
exactly why I got it. Exactly.
So I mean, it's just one of those things where demos used to be the way you got your game sold. You showed the people what you were doing. Now you're paying for the privilege. I mean, that was part of the thing. You were
See,
like,
that's my point, though. We have this illusion that we're the consumer and we shape how all this goes, and it's not. It's shaped for us, and then we have to suffer with how it is.
no, I disagree. I personally
I know
think
you
it's
do. That's fine. That
They
doesn't
just
mean
they
you're
just
right.
have to piss off enough
I
people.
disagree. I'm right.
They just have to
Yeah,
piss
like,
off enough people to where
Shadow disagrees.
Well, listen, that's the thing. Bone's right. It's the fact of that you have to piss people off enough where they won't buy it.
yeah, we do have some control, but just not as much as we think we do.
The problem is people are we're consumer whores. Everybody here, how many people here bought Evolve? Go and show of hands. All right, we all knew what we were getting.
Do we really
Ample
raise our
fucking
hand?
warning. We had ample fucking warning, and yet we still bought the fucking game. And then after 2 weeks of playing it after release, we're like, why the fuck did we buy the guy?
Yeah, you guys played the demo and told me to get it.
Hey, it was fun for the
See
first
how the
few
figure of blade comes out.
I didn't buy it before the beta or whatever.
But I mean, it's
The
like it's
beta.
the aspect is that it's consumers can control the market. Look what they did to Alien versus Predator. You know what I mean? Look how much flack.
The shitty one got.
God, what's for the company that Gearbox got for like some of the shit they've done. Consumers can basically really affect the market. It's just that the best way to affect the market is not buy it. You want to see DLC go away. You wanna see-
Organized to do that.
Wait.
Actually, gamers are really good at organizing.
People love to get pissed off about things on the internet.
Actually,
That's true.
hold on. I want to quickly. That's actually a pretty nice segue for the one that I brought up, where Square Enix is actually taking the consumer's advice when they did the beta for Final Fantasy 15 on removing like a difficulty system and changing how the combat system is. They're switching out from it's not going to just be pure like Kingdom Hearts combat, action combat. It's actually going to let you slow it down to let it be turn-based again, or at least slow enough that you can actually actively strategize what you want to do turn by turn.
Go back to
It's like-
classic.
Turbo.
But I don't know if it's going to exactly be like
Yeah.
here's your team kind of thing, but at least they're giving you the option on changing your battle system. They listen to the consumer.
Here's
I think-
another great example of that. Not to cut off whoever's
No.
talking, but Final Fantasy 14 Online was a complete utter failure when it got released.
Mm-hmm.
And Square basically went out to the community and said, help us make the game better. And after like a year of basically working with the community, when they finally re-released the game, it was fantastic. Not because they told the community what they wanted. They realized their game was a pile of shit. In order to make it actually financially feasible and make money off of it, they changed to make what the community wanted. And,
Why
Yeah.
don't they just do that in the first place?
well, there's the question.
I think that's why they're taking the stand with 15, where they released the 2 episodes. Beta version 1, where they got like it was just a rough little game. It was just open world kind of thing. Get you used to it, get a feel, and then report everything back to Square after like the month or 2 they had it open. Then version 2, they did a lot of fixes, changes, what everyone was saying, like, hey, the minimap could get a little bit of fix. Hey, combat system could get a little bit of fix, so on and so forth. And then since it's now 2016 and the game is supposedly confirmed for this year, they've actually come out saying, hey, we're going to remove like the difficulty setting and we're going to actually listen to you guys because everyone wants the old combat system. They want that whole tactical, they want that whole we can strategize what the hell we want to do instead of like, yeah.
I think part of it also is that it's so hard in those types of games to make levels, to make it easier and more difficult without breaking the game. So by doing it this way, they make it easier, or technically easier and harder, without actually doing anything really substantial to the game. I think
Well,
that
Final Fantasy
makes it
definitely-
easier for them, at least. It's a good idea for that.
Definitely stepped away from the whole turn-based kind of like combat system that's classic Final Fantasy and went with a pure blown like Dynasty Warriors action combat crap.
Yeah.
And that was just because, yet again, it's the company market researchers went, this is what the people want. And the people kept saying, no, we don't want that, but here's my money. And it's just,
Well, in the beginning, 13 looked awesome, and then 13 came out, and I was like, this is fucking horrible. And then 13 kept selling to 13.2, 13 lightning returns. Why? Nothing changed in 13.2. It was the same fucking combat.
But like I said, I consumers can control it. It just consumers have to control themselves. If they don't like something, don't vote. There's people that go buy it and then complain. That's stupid. You're basically going, I'm paying for the right. No, you don't pay for the right to complain. You show the company you don't like what they're giving you by not paying them for the product. You know?
Sorry. That was my fault.
Oh, I know.
I received a gift. Decline gift.
Quick, call Kim.
So,
No, but I just like just how you're like wording the Hitman thing. It just reminded me of like it was a perfect move into that topic on what's because like some companies are listening, and I know Square is the one behind 15 and Hitman at the same time. So maybe consumers did voice that they wanted something like this. Maybe there was a poll that they set out. Like we don't know why they chose this.
it just scares the shit out of me because I think we're getting to a point right now where we're never going to see a complete game. We're going to be paying for the privilege to play hour or two at a game at a time. You know, and with the digital market being as such, it's just granted going like worst case scenario, we're getting to the point where it's just going to be paying for the privilege. It's not even going to have a price. They're just going to give it to you and basically say, if you want to continue, you have to pay $15. If you want to continue, you have to pay $20. So every time you die, there's $1 you got to insert into the thing.
It's already like that anyway. They call it a beta test, but really we're doing their job.
It's a stress test.
They need to test all that stuff, but we do it for them.
And we've been talking about that for a while. And Total Biscuit had a thing last week or the week before where he had like 5 words that the gaming community needs to stop using, and one of them was beta test because it's not a beta test anymore. It's a stress test. And I thought it was funny that he brought that up because that's one of our pet peeves.
See that kind of stuff I don't really go. I'm not against because it's a double-edged sword for the company. All right, they need that to make sure that when they release it, it actually is sustained for the actual consumers. But the consumers get a taste of the game prior to release, so it could maybe be in their favor. You might have more people pre-order if they haven't already.
Is it that difficult to make that part of a game?
Without a doubt, my God, yeah.
What a beta? I mean a demo?
Well, no, I mean,
just the stress test.
Oh, just the stress test.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Math. I mean, don't they understand how
look
many
at
people
Blizzard.
get?
Look at
Yeah, I was
Blizzard.
gonna say, yeah.
Every launch
Yeah.
of Blizzard, they always crash.
They fail miserably.
When Diablo 3 came out, they should have known by their pre-orders. But for the whole like 8 hours, no one could really log in. The servers, everyone was getting either an error or servers full, and you couldn't do a thing. I remember I basically almost skipped class because I wanted to play. I woke up an hour before my college class. I'm like, it's still
I remember
servers
reading
full
it, yeah.
class.
That's not even the best example. The best example would be I think it was the launch of Mists or the launch of Legion, where the Blizzard, a company that had been had the game up and running for 8 years, 9 years.
Not even that. Warlords.
Yeah,
It could have been DDoS too.
I played Warlords.
no, it wasn't even DDoS.
Oh,
It
no?
was just they weren't prepared for the amount of people that were logging back.
Because how many people actually came back for Warlords? They had their in the first day that it came out, they got basically all their subscribers back to play.
Yeah. So I mean, and more than likely, mark it down somewhere on the calendar. More than likely, the same thing will happen when Legion gets released later this year. Blizzard servers will crash because they will not be able to handle the massive influx of players trying to log on.
And of course, there's going to be that idiot DDoS.
Yeah, well, that too. But like I say, it's still the aspect that it's a necessary evil. Like I said, that don't bother me because, like I said, the consumer gets a taste of the game. Some people might go out and immediately pre-order it. Some people might go fuck that shit and cancel their pre-order. So it can help them or hurt them.
But what about the stress test betas that you pay to get into?
That's buyer beware. You know,
Yeah. It's a good segue. It's a good segue into the Division closed beta, which is coming January 28th to the 31st.
So
See, See how he rolled his eyes?
Another stress test.
I don't know. In all honesty, I don't know what the hype is about that game. Like,
I posted a video on the forums. It looks interesting. Apparently, it's more like Destiny than I thought it was going to be.
So it's less PvP, more PvE.
Yes.
Of thing?
Yes.
That's what the video looked like.
From the video, it seems like the only time you ever run into other players other than who you want to play with is when you specifically go after those drops that you have to then defend. So it's sort of like a breaking up of the normal PvE stuff. But normally, unless you're in like a huge hub where you can see other players.
So the PvE portion is about 1/3 the size of the actual map for the
PvP or PvE.
Or the PvP.
PvP part, yeah.
Let's see if it's
the size
It like
of the-
breaks. It's like to break up the monotony of playing with you and your friends. That's what it seems like.
But
see-
the video that you posted, I watched a little bit of it, and I watched one previous one. I guess they did the one beta, the whatever one, where people got to play for like a weekend. And this one looks a lot smoother, and it looked more interesting to me, at least.
Yeah, watching the video actually changed my opinion. I was thinking, it was mostly PvP, but it doesn't look like it is.
It looks like there's actual tactical, you actually can use cover nicely. That's what Destiny doesn't have, where you can actually crouch behind cover and toss the grenade without even having to go around the corner and toss it.
And the video I watched, I forget who was the creator of the video. It's pretty good. They said it's more like Destiny's more a shooter with some role playing elements. This one's more of a role playing game with some shooter elements in it. So,
But like I said, if that was the main thing that turned me off of the game was the fact that it looked like they were really pushing that PvP element. And like I said, if it had more PvE, I'd be interested back in the game. I haven't seen the video yet.
yeah, check it out. It's worth it.
I from what it seems, a lot of games that are oriented within the RPG FPS kind of genre, for some reason, from what I've noticed, when they ever do a beta or stress test of some sort, it's more PvP oriented right away. I don't know why, it just is.
Well,
Maybe
the
they don't have
PvP
the story, or they don't have the right.
It's where the game breaks.
Well, I think it's good. It's right. It's where the game breaks. You're gonna have between the server and a PVE side, the server element, the server is controlling the actions of the actual PVE elements, and the computer controlled players are controlled by the server. So the timing between the two is very simple. It's you're pinging the server's telling you what's happening, and vice versa. Now,
Didn't they see the? Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Finish.
so the time between the PvPs where it gets tricky because you have to ping the server, and then the server's got to ping this back to the other people you're shooting at, and then kind of normalize the code between all three people. So if anything's going to go wrong, it's going to go wrong in the PvP first. So that's the one area that would be the hardest problem to code for.
Didn't they say going into the dark zone into the PvE area was seamless?
Yeah, it's supposed to be seamless.
Yeah, it looked
at least
that way.
that was what the video said.
That's what it looked like, but it was a pretty limited
They're
preview
getting
of the game.
really good at hiding loading.
Yeah, they are.
They're really getting good at it.
Or just
there's
straight
a
up
lot
not
of
letting them.
reloading too. It loads while you're playing.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it could be
that's
preloading, yeah.
seamless, entry, whatever you want to call it.
Pause, I guess. Outlaw, you want to post the link again? For everyone that's watching the stream right now, after our nightly podcast on Fridays, we have basically overtime where we play a game and whatnot. Sometimes it can be you guys included. Sometimes it won't be you guys included. This time, you guys can vote for the game. So, Outlaws, as you move off the post, you guys.
Is it actually a vote, or is it what I think it is? Okay, yeah, it's not really a vote right now, but yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan. Can I vote for the fifth
It's
option?
important that you vote.
It's
Really
important that you vote because we all want to see this happen.
I should have not voted at all.
You guys don't know too much of the history about it, but Bone is entirely afraid of any horror game
I'm not
ever.
afraid.
No,
It is
watch
his
it. Wait
fear.
until you watch him play this. You'll see.
See, but now you got to defend your honor here because we want to see you play this game. And
I'll be
not
very.
be
I'll be.
afraid.
I
How
voted
many
C.
people that are watching the stream right now want to see Bone stream like a little girl?
Everybody.
So, Hot Sticks. So the topic tonight, we've kind of changed our format for podcasts. We're only doing gaming news and
Opinions.
gaming topics.
I mean,
Yeah.
Shadow's argument.
Yeah, me being an asshole. It's
And-
not really much, you know.
Shadow's what really grinds my gears section.
Everything.
Anyhow, moving on. My favorite thing that I think is on the news right now this week. Tonight, in about 30 minutes or so, AMD.
We're gonna be fucked up by the Pabst Blue Ribbon.
No, okay. Anyhow, my favorite thing
Yes.
that we have on the news is Diablo 3's 2.4 patch, including season 5. It is the biggest patch. they have.
Huge
It's-
patch.
So I should be downloading it now.
Oh,
it's
it was like
3
two
gigabytes
or three,
of
2 or 3 gigabytes. Took me a while.
It's including
Yesterday.
a lot of fixes. It's including just
2.4
on multiple zones.
New
and-
item. No,
2.4. Is it 2.4?
2.4. Yeah.
2.4.
All right, I've already got it downloaded, so I gotta worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the season starts tonight. At about like 30 minutes, 40 minutes or so. So of course the servers are going to be overloaded. But
I'll probably play it late.
Speak of the devil, right? Yeah.
yeah, sure. But I think that's honestly one of my favorite things this week. One of my favorite things, I should say.
I'll be
I was excited about it.
We'll
I
probably
think
play.
I
We'll
love
probably
my
play later.
Start. So
I imagine.
Yeah, definitely. We'll have to get some split screen on that shit and rock out. Yeah.
now I was kind of hoping we did that. If we had at least 8 people, we could do 2 separate teams going. So
We only have one stream though.
we all have our own streaming accounts though.
Anyways,
Yeah, that's fine.
so yeah, huge changes. Diablo 3.
Huge.
Lots added.
2 zones got increased.
Haste is saying the season has already started.
God damn it.
Yeah, they did it at 8 o'clock.
Oh yeah, it's at 8. No, it's Pacific time 8. 5. Oh no, wait.
No, 5 Pacific.
5 Pacific. I can't do math. Shut up.
5 specific.
You're an IT person. How can you not do math?
He can't even.
I can't even.
It's 10100.
Fail English? That's impossible.
Yeah, that's right. It's 100101111.
I'm like, my brain's in multiple time zones, so I'm like trying to do math in multiple. It's just that. Blah 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 blah.
It's when you just say something like, "Hey, Torn, what time is it?"
What time is it there?
Everybody I work with always freaks the fuck out because I know exactly what time it is on the West Coast. It's because I've been gaming with Torn so fucking long. I know what time it is on the West
It's
Coast.
just 3 hours. It's not that. I mean, people are crazy. Like,
ESPN adds dedicated esports coverage. What?
yeah.
Wow, they're jumping on the bandwagon. I
I
wonder why.
s-
I
it was-
actually see it not as a fad anymore. Who
We've
would
been
have thought?
talking about that for
They're
a
still going to
while.
argue whether they're sports or not, but
But they're
ESPN
actually
has
Well,
no
is
right to
golf
even
sports?
suggest that.
doesn't
ESPN has
matter.
how many fucking channels?
bowling.
ESPN, the Ocho.
ESPN.
Yeah, so I think
I
that
wonder if the Olympics in the future are just going to be a bunch of people in their country on VR machines
Yes.
in the Oasis,
competing in these huge mythical magical places that don't exist in real life.
You're the
the
Dragon Pulse Roda.
the Oasis
Be a lot
Olympics
And then curling will still be the #1 draw.
curling.
And
Curling's good, man.
I mean, like,
I don't care what you say. Curling is fun to watch. Hard, real hard.
Those watching paint dry, Jesus.
Curling?
Hey,
That's golf.
No, golf is fun.
And NASCAR.
dude, curling. Take a left turn.
Another left turn.
We're gonna go to commercial break. You ain't gonna miss a thing.
some people just don't have the stones for it.
Boo.
Oh,
So up next is Amazon offering 20% off Prime discount to select games.
And pre-orders and
And pre-orders.
titles.
And they'll also
I-
give you that discount for up to like the first 2 weeks to get after release. They'll still give
I
you
mean,
that.
Those new games and pre-orders.
How much better can Prime get? Really, it's
don't know.
amazing.
They're also having a gigantic sale right now because
Dude, drones will be dropping shit off here this year.
they're having a big Prime sale right now because of I guess Mozart in the Jungle or something is getting nominated for some shit like that.
Oh, yeah.
So they're having Prime for $79.99 right now.
Which, if you haven't got it, get it.
Yeah, it
you
had
get
just
so much
way,
benefits.
way too much stuff with Prime. And we all use it all the time because we don't have cable anymore, so we use Prime.
This
But
just solidifies the fact that at the beginning of the end of the earth will be the gigantic battle between Google and Amazon fighting for total domination.
You guys
So-
do know Twitch is owned by Amazon.
they bought Amazon. Yeah,
Team
they bought
Google
it.
or Team Amazon?
Amazon.
Twitch was purchased by Amazon.
But then
We
again,
are
Google-
owned.
Google's on.
All hail Amazon.
But Google is Oracle.
You gotta worry. Amazon's gonna have that army of drones, man. It's just one step away from
He's got a couple pistols on him.
Drones with lasers.
If they could drop a package on your front porch, they could drop more than just a package on your front porch, okay? So
I'm curious how they're able to offer 20% off. What's the markup on video games? Must be huge.
the markup on video games has got to be dramatic. But
Yeah.
I mean, the same. We're paying yet again. We'll go back to that argument. We're paying more for a video game that 10 years ago we would be paying $10 cheaper for on average, $50.
You got to
And-
remember, they don't have to print up all those discs. They're
Exactly.
storing whole games on trillionths of an inch of space. You know,
You could fit like the entire like.
how much does it cost to make a key?
This is a 64 gig stick, I think. You could fit like the entire PlayStation 1 catalog on this disc.
You could fit probably the PlayStation 1 and
Too, okay.
Yeah, part of it too.
But what I'm saying is that Torn, you're exactly right. Why did the cost go
part
up?
of two.
Digital download. The old argument for the price was, well, the cost to manufacture the discs, the cost to
I
manufacture.
don't think it was ever the manufacturing of the discs.
That was what they used to say was that it was the actual physical.
I
you had to
never
be able
heard
to
of
get
that.
it on a disc.
It was a few dollars to put it on a disc. It's not that. It's the cost to create the game. A AAA title has hundreds and hundreds of people working on them now. So I mean that's where the cost
But
comes
it
from.
misses a lot of content nowadays too,
Yeah.
because you have to buy it separately.
They do spend a
Hundreds of people
shitload
on
of
it,
time
they
on
put out
these
1/3
games.
of a game.
I heard a number
or
once.
like the famous thing from Batman. I think it was Origins or whatever it was.
Arkham City or something like that.
No, the Origins was that. It was Origin, where they basically said we're not going to fix the known issues with the game because we're too busy making DLC. So, yeah.
Let's see. Cost to make a AAA game. June 2009, Ubisoft reiterated that major titles cost between $20 and $30 million. Next gen may exceed $60 million. So they cost a lot of money for them to make them.
And Star Citizen's already made over 100 million.
Yeah, they've covered their costs.
Kind of puts that in perspective.
And
Doesn't it?
it is supposed to be also a larger game than any launch game title.
It's gonna be huge.
The Star Citizen that's only in like its second phase of alpha already looks 100 times better, plays better, and is more stable than most AAA games are at release. So, realistically speaking, we're
wouldn't say
really setting the bar high on triple. How many people have remembered a AAA game come out and work on day one the way it's supposed to? Anybody think of a title that
Final Fantasy 9.
Okay.
Well,
in the past like 8 years.
Oh,
well, like Siege worked from.
Nintendo game.
I mean, we all remember the terrible
Okay,
releases
wait a second.
of it.
Back when you had to actually buy a physical copy, it had to work because they couldn't patch it.
anything Nintendo based.
And again,
It's true.
anything you have to buy a physical copy of.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you have things like Arkham Knight, which failed miserably on PC. I mean, last year, 2015 was actually a good year as far as stability goes at
failed
release.
miserably on PC because it didn't work.
It didn't
on
work at
PC.
all. Yeah, it didn't work at all.
Because
But
they
that was
farmed
by
out
far the
port
worst one
2
of the
weeks
year.
Before release to like 3 guys in Czechoslovakia. Didn't even- you know, so here, make this into a PC port. They looked at it and like started banging 2 rocks together.
Bong.
Anyways.
Let me boot up the Commodore 64 and get on that.
Shadow, calm down. Come hithers.
That's not even remotely accurate. I'm sure it was a little more than that.
I did see that the Steam updated the beta client to add 5.1 audio support for in-house streaming, including the Steam Link, which I was supposed to have by today, speaking of Amazon, but I did not receive it today.
How come nobody says phone gets mad when he does shit like that? Man?
And then he gets sniped from a drone through the window. What was that?
I
Just a
didn't
little.
see a dart.
All hail Amazon.
Steam Link in his neck.
He's got a pair of knee pads with Amazon logos on them.
So if it ever does show up at my house, I'll be able to have surround sound with it. And I'm excited to try it out. It seems like a really cool thing.
We can't wait to watch you.
I don't know. How am I going to stream? You really want to watch me on the couch?
Yeah. We'll watch you cuss at it from here.
So I need to get an HDMI cable though. Apparently they don't send you an HDMI cable with the Steam link. Come on, Steam.
Really?
Even like a 3-footer.
Should be-
For $6. There you go.
I don't know. I'm gonna
Best Buy and buy the same exact thing for $59.95.
Well, no, yeah, monster cable. No, I'll go to Kmart tomorrow and pick one up.
Who goes to Kmart anymore?
It's the only thing we have. It is the only thing we have. Kmart is 15 minutes. Kmart's 15 to 20 minutes away. Walmart or Target or Best Buy are all an hour. We
Where do you live?
we have nothing. We're on the end of an island.
Are you on Gilligan's Island?
It is a very long island.
I mean, I'm in the same boat with Bone here. Like the only stores that I can really get to fast is Kmart and Walmart, and that's like a 10-minute drive, 30-minute walk.
You live in like a
Do
cheese.
you have Prime? Just order it on Amazon. It'll just show up.
Maybe. Apparently they can't get it here in 2 days.
I bet the cable will get here before the.
Hey, man, I can order something
Probably
right
would.
now, and it would probably be delivered before noon tomorrow. I have an Amazon package and distribution fucking facility like 5 miles away.
They send it from
You're one of those guys that's gonna get like same-day delivery shit, aren't
Yeah, I can. Yeah. The only problem that sucks about that is due to the fact they now have a distribution in Maryland. I got to pay fucking sales tax. Man, that sucks, dude. You have no idea. Maryland
Yeah, we
sales
don't have
tax
sales tax here.
sucks.
I have to pay tax on everything. What are you talking about? I'm
We don't
used
have
to it.
sales tax here.
Everything.
I don't.
Anyhow, let's.
Yeah, so
Paradise sequel to.
To the Moon. Who played To the Moon? Anybody play To the
Oh my
Moon?
god, that made me manly tears.
That wasn't that sad. But they have a 2017 release date for a sequel called Finding Paradise. Very limited
I will play
info.
it. I will play the shit out of that.
I got it on a Steam sale. It was okay.
What,
Yeah.
To the Moon?
Yeah,
I loved it, dude. It was awesome.
it was okay.
They put nice references in perfectly. They did a Final Fantasy reference in the fucking beginning.
Yeah, that's true.
So the entire
Screechy doors, and then Bone's not even playing yet.
Last up on the top list, then we'll go to the other list. Deadpool has officially been rated an R. I don't think that's a surprise to anybody.
That actually is. I'm surprised it isn't PG-13.
Actually, no. I have to say something about that quickly. Since it's been actually come out or been officially rated as R, someone's created a petition to get it kid-friendly PG-13.
Oh my gosh. It's not a kids movie. Do not bring your kids to see this movie.
Do not let your kids watch that.
I'm gonna go with my dad to see the movie.
I
We're already decided to go.
guarantee you that all of us are going to probably go see it.
I would make the same
And it
recommendation.
really sucks we live like everywhere around the country because that would be a fun trip to the movie theater with all of us. But
What are you trying to do? Circle jerk and popcorn or something? Jesus.
All right, Ninja, you sit here. I'll sit
Hey,
here.
it's going to come out in February on Valentine's
Hey
Day.
guys, this popcorn bucket's actively sitting on my lap.
Reach to make sure you get some from the bottom.
I
I'm
guarantee
excited. I'm going to see it.
you will go into that theater and there will be kids in that
Yeah,
theater.
I know,
I
it's
can
sad.
guarantee you.
And I will.
And then you're going to have some
It's not going to make any difference. Come
You're
on.
gonna have some stupid old lady in there go, "Oh my god, I can't believe they're showing that," in the middle of the fucking theater, man. So
Dude,
Well,
there
Kim
will
and
be
I's-
kids- There'll be kids that buy tickets for other movies in there, and they just walk across the hall and get in there.
Kim and I, our first date was to see Kill Bill, and there was there was kids and seeing Kill Bill, and the mom brought him out like 2 minutes into it. The first scene. So
yeah,
people are dumb. Anyways, the reason it's rated R: strong violence and language throughout, sexual content, and graphic nudity.
of course they already showed like bits
Ryan
of a
Reynolds
fucking
nude. Why would?
No,
Yeah,
they
there's
already
definitely-
showed bits
there's-
of fucking a stripper on the goddamn or the Red Band trailer. So
There's definitely gonna be some frontal nudity. I think of Reynolds.
Spicy.
Maybe his balls will look like avocados.
add into the Chris Pratt lit there, but this one,
What else did we have?
I think he let him do in the butt.
The Oculus Rift release date was pushed back to June. Steam Winter Sale, that's right, ends with $270 million in reported sales. $270 million.
I spent $12. $12 of that. Is
What
mine.
did I buy anything?
I think I spent like under 20.
I expect 24 actually because I bought the Binding of Isaac and then I bought the Afterbirth. So
Oh, I bought a couple point and click games for Wednesday nights, which is point and click night now, guys.
Yay.
Then there's this new game called For Honor, which is coming out from Ubisoft. 4 versus 4 multiplayer and full single player campaign featuring knights, samurai, and Vikings. There's a video on YouTube which Tornsoul posted.
It looks awesome. It's
looks
gonna have a full single player game plus multiplayer. Samurai assassin.
okay. Two things about that. First off,
Whoa.
Vince has been drinking.
that sounds fucking awesome.
It is awesome. I watched the gameplay. I went in.
Do we? Yeah, the video's very long. That's the only problem. I would show
Now
otherwise.
Fuck you. I'm on Shadow's team. We're gonna be samurai. We're gonna.
No, hold on. It sounds. I would be Viking probably. I would be very torn between
I
Viking.
will kill you with my assassin.
But it sounds fucking awesome. But it is Ubisoft.
It looks
yeah.
weird. I don't know.
I don't know.
And,
Maybe they're finally moving away.
what
from
Ubisoft studio made it? That's the better question.
Montreal.
Is it Montreal? Okay, Montreal might be decent.
Just show the first like 45 seconds of it.
Yeah. Trailer.
Hang on.
Where they rush in.
It's gonna take me a second. Vamp.
Amp.
Yeah, don't you know what that means? Do you know what vamp means?
Just link the thing in the channel and don't show it on stream. So
Okay.
Well, speaking of mid or AFK, League of Legends or Riot just posted or released another album or something for free on their site. A lot of remix stuff of their music that they already have. Some of it's really nice. I like a lot of it. So.
Oh, and there was a big change to League of Legends this season that they just released where you can pick 2 roles as you enter into your queue.
Yep, it's the new. They're completely
Dynamic queuing.
Their team building.
Had to bring up League of Legends around.
And the new season starts this weekend.
Shut up, Shadow. You had your turn. Anyhow, they're removing Team Builder and introducing the new building thing where you pick your characters and everything. I think everyone has a vote for bans now or something like that. I can't remember the exact wording.
You can click who you may want to pick to sort of not have them be banned.
Yeah. And there's something also like if you don't pick your characters when you're in the character select,
You have to lock them in.
and if you don't lock in and the timer goes, you get kicked out.
You
of the
get
game,
tossed, yeah.
But you also get the 15-minute whatever thing.
5 minute or whatever is the first time.
It
Yeah.
stacks up,
Yeah. It's like as if you didn't pick anything at all if you don't lock it in.
which I think is a pretty neat thing. I might
I
start
know.
going back in the normal games.
I think I might forget and then get kicked by accident. Even though I was ready to log
I
in.
wouldn't lock in just so I would have that extra.
You have extra little bit of time. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So if you're going into League of Legends, don't forget to lock in.
Oh, Shen's also getting a rework.
Yeah, he's getting a big rework. Oh, he hasn't been reworked in a long time.
The only rework he really had was nerf, and then his taunt got it something nice.
Yeah, they're keeping his taunt and his ultimate. Obviously, those are the things what makes Shen Shen. And I forget what they were adding. I can't
His
remember.
added a lot
passive
of
is now
stuff.
like a sword that sits on the ground wherever.
That's
he is.
right. Yeah.
Does something, the sword flies in that direction.
Yeah.
And if it flies and hits something, he gets a shield or
Yeah, I can't remember. Yeah, there's always a sword that like sticks around
wherever
and does, and
he
you can
is.
it interacts with him somehow.
And if it
Looks
passes through
interesting.
enemies, it does damage and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
He has now ability where he does like a select circle on, or wherever his sword is, it does like a AOE where it will create a shield or some sort of buff for the ally sitting there.
Cool.
Yeah.
Is
And there's
Paul installing?
I can't right now because it's gonna lag me out. Steam always hogs.
It's okay. It's not that big.
It's not that big. It's not that big. I can get
That's
it
what
done.
she said.
Hey, it is. It is what she said.
Almost that time.
The last thing we had was that X-Files will be coming back in 2 weeks. Is that true? 2 weeks?
6 episodes.
6 episode, yeah.
You can see how happy Shadow is about that.
6-episode miniseries.
The lady that played Scully, I forget her real name.
Gillian Anderson.
Thank you.
Care?
She was on Hannibal. Anybody watch the show Hannibal? It was a really good show. I couldn't believe the gore that they showed on broadcast television. Go check out Hannibal if you get a chance. The first
Really?
the first
Walking Dead.
The first 2 seasons are excellent. Yeah, it's way gorier than The Walking Dead.
The Walking Dead is
Dude,
also.
have you seen Ash versus
cable
Evil
channel.
Dead?
What?
Ash
Walking-
versus Evil Dead. Have you seen it? Hello.
No.
Deutsch?
No.
But I can see Deutsch.
Check that out. That is probably the goriest thing you're going to see on TV right now.
Yeah, but it was a Showtime Network TV show.
Yeah.
It's,
Paid
Stars
special
or something.
cable.
Well, yeah, it's still Showtime Stars, the same. Yeah, but the thing is, AMC is also a cable network, not like Hannibal, which I think was on CBS or whatever.
It was on NBC, I believe.
Yeah, so that's actual open air. You
Yeah.
don't need cable, like,
Broadcast waves. It was super gory, and I was really, it was like a scary freaking show at times. So it's really worth, like, the first couple episodes you got to get through because they changed the way they, like, first it was like an episodic detective thing. It was really weird, and then they changed into this very, very good show.
It's bad boying out on it.
It was really good. Like, I wasn't really into Hannibal, the movies. Like, I liked them, obviously, and I watched them.
Come on, man.
But Mads Mikkelsen's in it, and he does Hannibal like nobody I've ever seen before. You will rethink who Hannibal Lecter is after watching it. You have to go out there and watch it. That's my recommendation of the week, is to go watch Hannibal.
Something
Hey.
interesting. A new news article right now. A man that goes by multitasker on Reddit is going through all Steam's library to beat every single game.
That's
To
right. I
play
forgot
and
about I saw
finish
that.
every
He's
single
played
game.
through like 800 games. No, has 400 games?
He just released his 8th.
He updates every once in a while, yeah.
Yeah, he just did his 8th update on it.
We'll check in on him in like 6 years.
How many games get released to Steam every day?
Yeah, it says like how many games total. It says, and there's an infinity symbol. But he has like 2,000 from when he started that he was planning to play through.
My question is that does this include like every fucking greenlit game, or we're talking complete games?
I think actual legit games, not greenlit, just like
Okay.
that you can actually just get on Steam.
I mean, the whole idea is insane.
The whole idea is just to get people to watch his channel.
And honestly, that's a fucking smart move.
It's a money making move too. I'll kickstart that shit, so or GoFundMe or whatever the fuck you're calling.
Yeah. Ninja, get to it. You need to do like a whole week.
Here it is. I got it. It's
I wish I could do that and not have to worry about paying bills and income and working for a living. That would be awesome.
Here's the
With the
statistics. Here's the statistics. In games in list 1,413 games left to buy. Infinity. Finished games 283 games he's finished. Progress of games in list 20%. Personal favorites. Stalker Call of Pripyat. Prince of Persia remake, Game of Fallout
Stalker.
3, Elder Scrolls 5,
I'm
Soma.
taking it he's just actually trying to beat the game and not like 100% it.
Yeah, just get
Just
through the
blow through it.
storyline. Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of the indie games he can get done. Just don't play her story because there is no winning that.
There's no way to finish the game.
What are you talking about? You can beat the game in 2 minutes. You
That's-
just walk in there and click leave, and that's the end of the game. It really doesn't matter whether you see it or not.
I think that's in. I think that's
this
in.
is game over. It doesn't like you win or it's game over. It's like, did I lose?
I think that's in the Humble Bundle this month, isn't it?
is.
Yeah,
It is.
this week.
It's
Or
a weekly bundle.
this week. Yeah, it was in if you paid $5 or whatever.
Other Click Adventures, which I think Bone should get for his Click Adventure games.
Which one?
It's a Click Adventure title, basically.
What is?
Her story and a whole bunch of other ones in
Her
there.
story's not is a point and click.
Technically speaking, yes.
I don't know.
Wait, click and type. Oh my god, you have to type. It's not a point and click game.
It's not. No, it's. I don't
Too
think it fits into.
complex. You
It's.
have to type
It's such
it.
an
It's not like
abstract.
fast.
It's not even really a game. I mean, it's abstract.
But either way, there's more games in the bundle that are basically point and click based.
Yeah. Okay. I'll take a look at it. I got lots. I mean, they're remaking the King's Quest ones now too, which I'm super excited about. I saw the second.
Play the horror game.
I haven't played the first one yet, but I have it on the list to play, and they just released the second one. So if I like the first one, I'm going to buy the rest of them. That's an episodic one, by the way. Speaking about episode games, King's Quest ones are going to be
Oh, so did
episodes.
you guys hear AMD?
Oh boy.
I gotta go get another beer.
JT.
So are we wrapping?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's it for
Like a
now.
present.
I will be downloading this stupid game.
We'll
So
be
guys,
back to you.
Thanks for watching. Make sure you follow if you enjoyed. We also have a YouTube where we've been uploading a lot of our recent things and such.
Shenanigans.
If you missed,
check out. Oh, sorry.
if you miss an episode, go ahead and go subscribe to that as well.
And more than likely, we'll probably be doing some hardcore Diablo streaming in the next like 24 to 48 hours, if not later tonight.
So check back on Monday nights. We have the Laugh Rage. I can't even say my goddamn show for Mondays. Laugh Rage, Cry.
Rage, laugh, cry, laugh.
There's laughing and raging and crying within it, not all at the same time.
It's just what Bethans does every Monday night.
It's what I do. For about a month.
Just a normal Monday night.
I stream for about an hour on Monday nights. You come check me out. I'm trying to finish up Final Fantasy 9. Just got to disc 2 out of 4 discs. Yay! Shit's getting interesting. And then we have Wednesday nights Bones Night with his point and click adventures, and then we have Outlaw is basically a Phil. Rocksmith.
He's the Rocksmith.
I don't think his name is. I don't think his name is Phil. Is it?
I don't make the schedule. The schedule makes me.
Instead, with as a Phil.
I plan on doing some punch out Mario Maker on stream.
And then eventually we'll have everyone doing some sort of stream throughout the week. So definitely check out.
Hi, Kim.
Hi, Kim.
Kim's watching.
Kim.
She's watching.
Oh.
Everyone say hi.
Why isn't she waving?
He's always watching.
She's always
Tell her to
watching.
turn out all the lights for you.
Yeah, you gotta turn off all
Yeah, you gotta kill all the lights. All right.
We'll be back.
We'll be back in a few.
Later.
This is